Imagine a world without paper. No books, no newspapers, no notes. A world where the rustle of paper is a forgotten sound. It's a strange thought, isn't it? It's almost as unthinkable as a world without water, or air, or sunlight. We tend to take paper for granted. It's so ubiquitous in our lives that we barely give it a second thought. Paper is there when we jot down our thoughts, when we read our favorite novels, when we flip through the morning newspaper, when we sketch out our ideas, when we wrap our gifts, and even when we sip our morning coffee from a paper cup. But let's pause for a moment and really think about it. What if paper had never been invented? How different would our world look today? What would have replaced paper in all its myriad uses? What would our libraries, our offices, our schools, our homes look like without paper? It's a fascinating thought experiment, isn't it? It forces us to recognize the tremendous influence that this one invention has had on our world. It makes us appreciate the ingenuity of ancient civilizations that first came up with the idea of making paper. It also makes us realize how much we rely on this simple, yet incredibly versatile material in our daily lives. So, let's embark on this journey together. Let's imagine a world without paper. Let's explore the impact that the absence of paper would have had on our history, our culture, our technology, and our daily lives. But before we delve into this paperless world, let's take a step back. Let's understand where it all began. Let's delve into the history of paper itself. Because to truly appreciate the absence of something, we first need to understand its presence. Now that we've painted a picture of a world without paper, let's delve into the history of paper itself. The invention of paper, a seemingly simple object, has a rich and complex history. Born in the cradle of ancient China around the 1st century AD, paper was a revolution waiting to unfold. The Chinese, known for their ingenuity, created this medium from the pulp of mulberry trees, turning it into a canvas for their thoughts and ideas. By the 7th century, the secret of papermaking traveled along the Silk Road, reaching the vibrant world of the Middle East. There, in the thriving cities of Baghdad and Damascus, paper was embraced with open arms. The Arabs refined the Chinese technique, introducing linen fibers into the pulp, which gave the paper a quality that was both firm and flexible. In the Middle Ages, paper made its way to Europe, a continent still largely reliant on parchment and papyrus. The arrival of paper was nothing short of a cultural revolution. It was cheaper, more accessible, and easier to produce than its alternatives. This democratization of the written word sparked an intellectual awakening, paving the way for the Renaissance. From Europe, paper continued its journey to the New World, carried by the ships of explorers and colonizers. By the 18th century, paper mills were established in America, fueling the spread of ideas and contributing to the birth of a new nation. Throughout history, paper has been more than just a medium for writing. It's been a catalyst for cultural exchange, a tool for education, a vehicle for democracy. It has enabled the spread of knowledge, the preservation of history, and the expression of creativity. It's hard to imagine a world without the written word, without books, newspapers, or love letters. With such an impactful history, one might wonder what today's world would look like without paper. In a world without paper, the way we live, learn, and communicate would be drastically different. Consider for a moment the scope of this change. No more handwritten letters, no physical books, no paper money, and no paper-based records. The rise of digital technology would likely be even more rapid and pronounced. We'd rely heavily on electronic devices for most, if not all, of our daily activities. Our smartphones, laptops, and tablets would become the primary tools for reading, writing, and even drawing. Imagine classrooms where tablets replace notebooks, and digital libraries housing millions of books, accessible at the tap of a screen. Communication, too, would take a leap into the fully digital realm. Emails, text messages, and video calls would become the norm. Physical mail would be a thing of the past, with everything from bills to birthday cards being sent electronically. The environmental impact could be significant. Without the need for paper, we would potentially save millions of trees each year. Forests would flourish, providing cleaner air and a more sustainable environment. However, the flip side to this is the increased energy consumption and electronic waste generated by the devices we'd rely on. Challenges would undoubtedly arise. Not everyone has access to digital technology. This digital divide could exacerbate existing inequalities, leaving those without access to technology at a disadvantage. Energy consumption and data security would also become pressing issues. As our reliance on electronic devices grows, so does our energy use and the need to secure our data from potential threats. A world without paper might seem like a distant reality, but it's an interesting concept to ponder upon. As we continue to innovate and explore the possibilities of a paper-free society, we must also consider the challenges and strive to create a world that is inclusive, sustainable, and secure for everyone. From a simple sheet to a tool of revolution, paper has played a pivotal role in shaping our world. Imagine a world where the sound of rustling pages is unheard, where libraries are filled with blank spaces. We journeyed through the annals of time, unraveling the intricate history of paper, from its birth in ancient China to its global dissemination. We then transported ourselves to an alternate reality, a world devoid of this humble invention. We saw the ripple effects on communication, education, and art, to name a few. Its absence would have indeed rewritten the course of human history, birthing an entirely different narrative. It's a fascinating thought experiment, isn't it? This exploration underscores the profound impact of seemingly simple inventions on our lives and our world. So, the next time you hold a piece of paper, remember you're holding a piece of history, a cornerstone of civilization. If this exploration piqued your curiosity, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more thought-provoking content. Until next time, keep questioning, keep exploring. This is What If Reality, signing off.